Okay, here we go. This is a bougie painting and curtains. Check out Stacy Dinan is a friend of ours who made that painting. But questions or response to the First Thing Friday this week. Someone asked about like using plastic. Sometimes it seems like it's 100% effective or 30% effective. I think there's just a huge mix of plastic in those bins, and the thinner plastic works better. If you have like a really thick plastic bag, maybe just let's get rid of it or bring it to me, we'll use it for something else. But the thinner plastic works well. Plastic from the cleaning places, that works really well. So also just make sure you're wrapping it properly, and if you find something with a hole in it, maybe let's reuse that in a different way. People talked about how to make the coils not crack, or the clay not to dry out so fast, or when you're curving the coils, again, not cracking. So as you're rolling it, if you dip your hands in a little bit of water, and then that can help reintroduce some moisture into the clay as you're making the coils, and then so that prevents the crack. Just in general, as you're turning it or bending it, make sure that it goes slowly. You're bending the coil slowly and then massaging some moisture into it if you need to. And those challenges, like the drawing, it's probably pretty rare that you're gonna use that in a construction project. When we get to slabs, we'll use coils in between two slabs just to reinforce a connection. So maybe you don't even need to know about that, right? You can use it as a design element, and then you do need to know about that. And then someone said if coils break due to shrinkage while firing, once they're set, they're pretty much set. If you don't score well, I've seen coils fall off of pieces. Top of a pumpkin, you make a little tendril or a vine, that'll pop off. But the coil itself won't typically fall apart if you're doing that. Someone said, two people actually, like, don't use your palm to roll a coil, and then someone else was like, yeah, use your palm to roll a coil, that works well. So I never intended for you to understand to not use your palm. Like, you can definitely use that, but just be aware of the contour of your hand and make sure that you're shifting the pressure that you put on the coil. Dry out so fast. Someone came up with a really clean table and they said sponge twice and then dry. Use the sponge twice and rinsing it out in between sponges. And I remember that day they did a great job cleaning the table. It was the blacktop tables over by the tools and stuff. Things that I noticed also, just in general, people helping each other, teaching each other. I appreciate that that's what's going on in the studio. It's a really important part of what we're doing, right? Asking for help, asking for advice, noticing what other people are doing well, maybe offering suggestion if you have that kind of relationship, like where you can be like, hey, maybe try this. And then people talked about the secure campus. Yeah, it's unfortunate that we live in a place where, in a time where that's just the reality of it. But again, I told people in class when we were in the midst of it, I wouldn't be carrying on with instruction and doing these projects if I felt like it was a scenario in which we weren't safe. So secure campus is specifically to keep campus secure and keep any threats off campus. So there was nothing on campus, just to reiterate that. And thank you for those students who were in there with me. it is like I felt safe, and at the same time, it's not a comfortable situation. So anyway, I'll put a couple things. I'll put a couple things in announcements, and thanks B for editing the video a little bit. There's a video starting the coil pot, so you can check that out. And we'll see you tomorrow, and more coil pots. Thank you.